everybody, it's Katie back with another episode of my vlog. And I realized it's been a while since I've done a studio update, so I wanted to check in and talk about the art projects that I've been working on for the last however long it's been since I did a studio update. I'm trying to do them once a month, but I think I'm not doing them once a month. Art has been interesting for the last little bit. I actually have not really been working on what I would consider my normal art projects at all. The quilts and various pieces that I've shown you in past videos have just been kind of sitting there for the last month plus because almost all of my creative time and energy has been sucked up with making masks. You guys keep buying them, and so I keep making them. And it's taking up a bunch of my time, but that is awesome because it's, I think I've said before, it's hard for me to get paid for sewing. It's kind of expensive. My custom work when I do like jackets and vests and quilts for people is pretty expensive because it's a very slow process. So figuring out how to make these masks in a batch style so that I can go fast enough that I can price them at a price point that people can buy has meant that suddenly I have this second job sewing and selling my handmade stuff and actually making money at it, which is amazing. So thank you to everyone who has been keeping me so busy with making masks. Of course, I do batch them, so I wanted to show you guys a little sneak into what the batches look like. So here's 5 masks that are ready to be sewn together. I always stack them in their little group, but this is the mask in its inside out format. It's pinned together but hasn't been sewn together yet. And then here's a little small batch of masks that are sewn together but still need to be finished. They don't have their top stitching done or their side loops put on yet or the little wire for the bridge of the nose. But I do batch them and do them kind of assembly line style, and that's what makes it so that I can price them so that people can actually get them. So that's been a huge amount of what I've been working on. And I think I told you guys in some other videos that I had to actually do a whole nother round of dyeing, which led to the shibori tutorials and the dyeing tutorial because I actually ran out of dyed indigo fabric because you guys had bought so many masks. I almost thought about cutting up this one behind me, but I'm not gonna do that because I did make that to use as one big piece. I actually made it to be the back of a different quilt, and then after I made it, I said, no, there's no way this is the back of a quilt, it's the front of a quilt. But I haven't got around to making that into a quilt yet, so it's just a backdrop for right now. So yeah, almost all of my creative energy has gone into sewing masks and doing the shibori work to make the fabric, to make the masks, and then of course also making the tutorial videos about how to do shibori and how to do indigo dyeing has taken up a bunch of my creative energy as well. But the other really cool thing that I have managed to do in the last month is I completely overhauled the back room in the studio, the one that's actually behind me through that door over there. The room I'm sitting in right now hasn't changed around that much, but I totally redid the other room. And so I want to take you guys on a little video tour of my new extra studio room, which is kind of the devoted shibori room, and you'll get to see the lounge, as James calls it. We made a little chill hangout space. So let's check out the back room of the studio. All right, you guys, welcome to my new studio space. I am so excited about this room. You can see I have a bunch of my shibori indigo dyed fabric hanging up for inspiration. I've got, oh, there's Ed. Hi, Ed. A couple of tables that I can just use for devoted space to organize projects. Right now I'm organizing laundry. I got a bunch of brand new blank t-shirts and dresses, which I'm going to be dyeing for people. A bunch of people got at me for custom dye work, and I'm super excited to do that. So if you want a custom dyed shirt or scarf or dress or whatever, let me know and I will get you in the mix. There's my ironing station. There's my quilt that hasn't advanced its plot at all in the last month. Couple of great big shelves with a ton of supplies on them. Moved those all around and got things kind of reorganized into that area. Poster, a bootleg poster that April actually made me of the cover of one of my favorite books and one of my favorite Frank Frazetta paintings. file cabinet, because we all need a file cabinet, right? There is my dummy wearing a vest that I'm working on for me, and another vest up there behind that. And then right there is the brand new lounge space. I'm so stoked about this, to have a little spot in the studio that's not really a workspace. It's just a chill zone. So I've got my little chair, which actually folds out. I don't know if you guys can see that, but you can make it into like a chaise longue. And I got my knitting down here, and I've been doing a lot of kind of like water metaphors, talking about a lot of water. So I decided to hang up two of my favorite watery art pieces. Of course, The Great Wave off of Kanagawa by Hokusai, and then the painting A Mermaid by John William Waterhouse, one of my favorites. So that is the tiny, tiny little lounge. You can see it's literally a closet that we just decorated up a little bit. But there you go, the new awesome back room of the studio. And it is so much fun to work in here and have this extra space and have it organized correctly and all that awesome stuff. All right. Thanks for coming on my tour, you guys. Hope you enjoyed the vlog. I will be back in a couple days with the Cinema Club Sunday Roundup. See you then.